Your family, two girls, Halloween, do they know what they're going to be yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They do, yeah. Hazel's going to be a rocket ship.
A rocket ship?
Yeah. Like a full rocket. I was like an astronaut.
Okay.
Like rocket ship. And I was like, astronaut. She's like, no, it's a rocket ship.
Gotcha. Now, does the point of the rocket ship the head? Is that like,
Yep,
does it go
correct.
this way?
She's
Okay.
like in the cockpit.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And then my youngest is going to be a cat.
Okay.
And I said, so what should I be? And the youngest says, you should be an alien for Hazel's rocket ship. And I said,
that's very good.
I said, well, it's so nice. Maybe I'll be an alien that has cat ears on it. And she goes, Daddy, I'm the cat. I was like, okay, jeez, I get it. Thanks. And then she stabbed me with a Barbie leg. I was like, oh. Yeah.
Do you, fellow New Englander, do you have any good Halloween memories of your days growing up?
I have tons.
Yeah.
My birthday's around Halloween, so it was always that big month for me. But do you remember Spooky World?
When it was mentioned to me today,
It was on the radio, and it was Spooky World.
Okay.
Not ringing any bells for you.
Like, it kind of ringing a bell, but I never went. I never went to Spooky
It's
World.
basically our version of all the amazing special effects LA, scare areas. So a guy came to Boston and started one Spooky World. It's not quite as well done, but it was just so many good stories. One of which was I go through the haunted house. I'm terrified of all things scary. Is anybody else? No? You guys are all.
And where was
you're
it?
terrifying.
Was Spooky World in Boston?
Oh, no, in the middle of nowhere in a farm that was
gotcha.
terrifying and scary, and they had a haunted house, and I just loved. There was one father with like a 7-year-old boy going in front of me in line, and the kid was like, I want to go in. He's like, you know what? Let's not go in. I think he's too young, and I think he's scared, and I don't think we should do it. And the kid's like, no, I'm fine. And you could tell it was definitely the father who was terrified. So as he's going through, he's like, I don't really think we should do this. I don't know. So we got in, and the first turn we took is Dracula coming out of his coffin. I kid you not. Dracula's like, bleh, and he goes, and just, hit Dracula, and Dracula was like, no! And the coffin went back. And then I swear to God, as we were leaving, I saw Dracula talking to a cop and the guy. And Dracula was like, oh, he hit me. And then it was fantastic. Worth the price of admission.
That's to see a Massachusetts guy punch Dracula. That's why they have, there's almost no reports of vampires in Massachusetts. Because they're like, it's not worth the trouble.
Yeah, you'll just get cold-cocked.
Yeah, you'll get cold-cocked, and also their blood's got a lot of alcohol in it. It's not good. Yeah,
totally.
It's mostly beer.
You can't bite and drive in Boston.
No, absolutely not. You've been name-dropped a few times on our show recently by other guests,
really?
Which I think is very high praise.
It's great praise.
Chris Hayes.
I went to college with Chris Hayes.
You went to college with Chris Hayes, and you guys were in the theater department together, or
he was in the theater department, and I was just like arm guard number 4 in whatever I could get.
Was that so your early days? This is very healthy for people to hear, I think, especially young actors in college.
I was ready to be a professional chorus member forever.
Yeah.
It was great.
Did you guys? Is it true that you did a Die Hard play?
Yes, he directed a play called Artistic License. Brown is an amazing school and does all these. It allows you to take big risks. So we did. We did Die Hard the musical at Brown, and Chris directed, and he was the most amazing director because I was, scared guest number 6. I got to just watch Chris, and he was the most intense director, but really enthusiastic. So you'd see him doing this, like this. And then whenever somebody had a nice moment, he would go. And I was like, this guy's incredible. But there was an actor, actually, he was so intense that I remember we were rehearsing and the sets weren't done yet. I didn't know that. So these sets, it takes place in the Met. And so the Temple of Dendur, that huge ancient thing in the Met, we had built it out of styrofoam, but it looked real. So we rehearsed, and our lead actor goes up there. And I actually have this emblazoned in my brain. He started singing the song, and it was to his daughter, and he was playing John McClane or whatever, and he goes up on there and he goes, I swore to protect her and keep her from harm. My life gained new meaning the day she was, and he fell a story and a half through a styrofoam set, and I was like, oh my God! And Chris was like this, it's all right, you're all right.
Early beginnings to great things. Yeah. That's John Krasinski, everybody.